Everett asked the question, who's the coach of the year? It is a landslide winner.
Stefanski.
No doubt about it.
I mean, there's no question.
No doubt about it.
I think if there was any other team, coach to get it this year, I mean,
It's D'Amico.
Yeah, D'Amico Ryans. I mean, he's the first rookie head coach. And
True.
Quarterback.
Good point. Great point.
But that's probably the two that you look at, and Stefanski.
What about Tomlin? People were ready to run him out of town 3 weeks ago.
Steelers are a joke.
They're 10-7.
I mean, they're just an
with
absolute
4
joke.
quarterbacks. This is why I asked Charlie the question. I don't know what to think about the job that Zac Taylor has done this year. I really don't. There's a part of me that wants to say, man, he's done a great job. But then I say, wait a minute. He's coaching in the same division against Stefanski, who had 4 quarterbacks, and they had to call the guy off the couch who's 38 years old. They lost their starting running back the second game of the year. Arguably the best pure running back in the league right now, or certainly top 2 or 3. He goes down week 2. They have to put in basically a rookie, the kid from UC Ford. He runs for almost 900 yards. Right?
Right.
They lose their starting right tackle the first game of the year. Then our guy, DeJuan Jones, steps in there, plays like a Pro Bowler, down he goes. They lose another offensive lineman. Down he goes. Garrett's getting nicked up. Denzel Ward's getting nicked up. All these guys are missing games. They still won 10 games.
11
games. Mike Tomlin. Kenny Pickett for half the year. Mitchell Trubisky. And then Mason Rudolph. And they win 10, including 2 wins over the Bengals, both with a backup quarterback. Fired an offensive coordinator in the middle of the season. The numbers are staggering, the difference since they made that move. I mean, did Taylor do a great job? Or are those guys just at a different level?
I think what it comes down...
Not Stefanski, right?
What I think what it comes down to is the Bengals made a mistake by not having a scenario at backup quarterback to start the year. Not that they knew at the time. You look back at the season, you say Jake Browning did one hell of a job. You do. But they didn't know that. Jake Browning didn't know that. Nobody knew it. So that resulted in them having to play an injured Joe Burrow for the first several weeks of the season. Injured Joe Burrow. Trace Fowler, my boss, has never been more right in his entire life than when he said a backup quarterback at 100% is probably better than Joe Burrow at 50% or whatever the hell he was to start the year. And I think that's where we get a little bit lost in translation. If we had known that Jake Browning was a serviceable backup to start the year, I think we start Jake Browning, and I do think we win one of those games that we lost. I think you maybe beat the Ravens. I think you maybe beat the Titans. I think you maybe beat the Browns in the rain game on opening day. I think there was a situation where they didn't trust Jake Browning whatsoever. You had to play him at the end of the year because Joe Burrow went down, done for the season. You had to play Browning, but now you know what he is. You keep Browning heading into next year. You have a serviceable backup quarterback that can play NFL at a high level, play in the NFL at a high level. And I think that's where we get lost. The Browns, they knew what their situation was. They knew they had guys pretty much, and again, Deshaun Watson, not a fan of him whatsoever. Deshaun Watson hadn't been playing very good quarterback lately. He was horrible last year.
Yep.
So really, they couldn't get much worse than what he was already giving them. They knew that going in. We have a top 2 quarterback in the NFL that was playing at 50%. Not knowing what our backup quarterback was capable of doing. Thus, we throw our injured guy in there. He can't move. He can't scramble. He can't extend plays. And that's why you were losing games. So I do think it's a little bit different, but it still falls on Zac Taylor. It still falls on the Bengals front office for not having a game plan to start the year. Now we have one going into next year, and there's no excuses. But I do think it's a little bit different.
Oh, what a great point by our host, Tom Brenneman. And boy, oh boy, can that Elliott be a little rascal. Well, if you like that video, please subscribe, like, comment, so more people can see it. Yeah, there's a video over here. One right here, too. See ya.